on one more thing because it's so important in all the messages and all my shows. When you talk about tapping into this resource and you have income from the reverse mortgage, is it taxable or tax free, Wade? I want to make sure they heard that.
It's proceeds from a loan, so it's tax free. You're spending your own equity. You're
Right.
spending tax. You're able to meet your spending needs without generating taxable income. So you're not messing with your adjusted gross income. You're not impacting Social Security, taxes, Medicare premium surcharges, or anything else. It's tax-free distributions from your asset base.
So if you're in the middle of this perfect storm where your investments are all in the market and they're all tax deferred and the market's going down and you're thinking through what I call the quadruple whammy. That's if you take distributions while experiencing losses, while paying fees, while paying taxes on the distribution, it will wipe you out so quickly. This gives you an asset here where you can keep the distribution going, no tax because it's from a loan. So you don't have to spend down something in a bear market that's taxable. You can allow that to go through the cycle that it needs to go through while you're using a tax-free line of credit and distributions from your home. So as we wrap up, just quick question: who would be a perfect candidate for it, and who wouldn't be, in your opinion?
Maybe to just mention who wouldn't be a good candidate
Very good.
start, and then we can get more into the perfect candidates.
Yeah.
If you're pretty sure you're going to move in the next few years, I do generally suggest waiting until you're in the home that you anticipate staying in. Of course, you never know. May move at some point, but
Right.
if you think you're in the home that you anticipate staying in, that's a better starting point. I also mentioned it. If both spouses are close in age, like if as soon as the first one turns 62, if the other one's 60, it's probably worth waiting until they're both 62. And then the other aspect of who wouldn't be a good candidate is this. I talk about using it as part of a responsible plan. If you don't have a reverse mortgage, you can't spend from your home equity. Well, if you're not responsible and if getting access to your home equity is going to cause you to just spend it frivolously
Yeah.
and really harm your long-term future potential, like you don't have the responsibility to manage this additional resource without just spending it. Because the money's there. Okay, let's spend it. Then it's kind of like Odysseus tying himself to the mast to protect himself from the siren call. You may be better off without a reverse mortgage, so you're not tempted to spend your home equity. But then who's a good candidate? If you have that responsibility and you're just looking, how can I coordinate my different assets in the most effective manner? And both spouses are 62 and you're in the home that you anticipate staying in. And you're, well, so if you're thinking about the HECM program, your home's probably not dramatically worth dramatically more than $1 million. This is really something more for middle class or mass affluent retirees as well. That would all be a good kind of base scenario. And if you do have a home that's worth dramatically more than that, you might consider a proprietary reverse mortgage as well. But that would be the basics of a good candidate or a good case scenario to look at.